area. Kiihne at 7, Fabiano at 8, Storm v. Jund. And Fabiano's got, well, that's a battlefield.
Yeah, it's a lot of Dark Confidants. Potentially problematic for Gerard on his side, just as his life total dwindling.
4 Goblin tokens on the battlefield here for Zack. Fabiano with all these Dark Confidants, plenty of mana. Among those lands, a copy of Raging Ravine. And then you see the Nile Spellbound that he also has on the battlefield to check Kiihne's graveyard. Don't have a great idea. Now we have a better idea of what Kiihne's got in his hand, which is a decent amount of cantrips there. And Gerard's fired off an Inquisition. Looks like 2 Inquisitions and 2 Thoughtseizes. Naturally, he's drawn a lot of cards this game with those Confidants, and they've probably dealt him a lot of damage. As you see, Gerard has a lot of cards in hand. And it looks like we are on Fabiano's turn. He's just lining up the attacks and trying to figure out exactly how he can get through and try to close this game out.
Yeah, I mean, Gerard's life total is in jeopardy in theory with these Dark Confidants, but Zack Kiihne, you know, he has to block some amount of creatures this turn to not just die from an attack. Now, we could see like a really, really aggressive play from Zack Kiihne to just not block Dark Confidants, going to 1 life, and hoping that the 3 triggers from Dark Confidant end up killing Gerard. However, that's pretty unlikely after sideboard. Normally, Jund likes to side out a lot of their 3/4s and anything higher than that and lower their curve overall against these combo-based decks.
Well, what's interesting here is Kiihne only blocked 1 Dark Confidant, so he's going to go down to 3. Fabiano's going to deploy another copy of Tarmogoyf. He does have a copy of Assassin's Trophy in hand, and now here's a Remand from Zack. Excuse me, he's going to sacrifice a fetch, and I thought I saw a Remand. Maybe I'm... Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he already tossed in the graveyard.
He just tossed in the graveyard, right? A little shortcutting there.
Fast and loose.
Yep. At this stage, Kiihne's saying, I really can't beat a Lightning Bolt, so if you've got one, I'm beat. So it goes. And it is a 4 or 5 Tarmogoyf.
At this point, I think Kiihne just a little bit desperate. He's slowing Gerard down with the Remand, but mostly he just has to try to find a way to deal these last points of damage. He could potentially go for just like Grape Shot, Remand Mound, Grape Shot, something like that. I mean, but if Gerard doesn't have an actual burn spell or a sweeper effect to punch through this Tarmogoyf, there's a chance Kiihne can just make a bunch more goblins on the next turn and win the following attack step.
You see Fabiano still deciding what he wants to do this turn. It looks like he's going to play a copy of Verdant Catacomb, sacrifice that, and get himself a basic forest. Again, Gerard on the battlefield, he's got a copy of Nile Spellbomb in his hand. He's got plenty of cards, one of which is Assassin's Trophy. We also know there's a Tarmogoyf hanging out in there. Now he's going to tap a bunch of mana and deploy Kalida's Trader. Kiihne's untapping very, very quickly here.
Yeah, the Cletus makes the attack step a much more difficult proposition for winning the game. However, if Kiihne is able to get Desperate Ritual going here and find a Grape Shot, he could potentially just win the game this turn.
Well, he's going to play pieces of the puzzle with a red mana floating, so he'll take a look at the top handful of cards. Pyretic Ritual, a bunch of lands, and a Sleight of Hand, so he's still got some work to do here.
I've honestly never seen pieces of the puzzle miss in this deck, and he almost missed. It was very close.
Yeah, he almost did. Now the problem here for Kiihne is he just doesn't really have a lot of mana floating, as he'll he'll resolve Sleight of Hand. He's got 1 red floating, Spire, Bluff, Canal, and Steam Vents available. Can he keep going? He's going to try Sleight of Hand again.
It's Past in Flames, but that's not enough for that Nile Spellbomb looming on the other side of the battlefield.
Desperate Ritual as well, aptly named.
There's a red card in Kiihne's hand on the far left, and I'm not quite sure what it is.
He's going to select Desperate Ritual. Next card's going to go to the bottom. That Sleight of Hand's done. He'll play this Sleight of Hand. Okay, another Sleight of Hand and a Serum Vision. So he's added some more cards. The Pyretic is in his hand as well, even though it's laying on the table.
Yeah, revealed from the pieces of the puzzle.
I don't know if that's going to confuse his planning at all, seeing it not in his hand with his other cards. And then he'll pass the turn back. I suppose Dark Confidant could kill Gerard.
Well, he already showed that he has Kalidas in his deck. I don't know if he has any other 4s, though.
Well, let's take a look. Thoughtseize down to 6. Splatcleave Cliffs, that's going to do it. Gerard Fabiano's going to win this game and match here over Zachary Kiihne, 3 games to 2.